Who's going to save you? Who's going to save you from your team going straight down the tubes? Who can step in and play like a baller that maybe hasn't been, that maybe can be bought at half price? I've got 3 guys. Well, I've got 4. I've got 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs you should be going after right now, right here, if your team is in need. The Fantasy Football Show, running back and quarterback acquisition show, begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Derrick Henry is one of the cheapest top 10 running backs that you can acquire, especially one that has already had their bye week. I've said this for days and weeks, really, at this point. And walking into his bye week, I screamed it because he'd be even cheaper. Not only are you doubting him if you own him, you've got a bye week you've got to endure. That was probably the cheapest you could have got him. But we're still here beating the drum, trying to tell everybody to go race to get Derrick Henry before it's too late. And no one's suggesting that you buy him at draft day pricing. I told you not to draft him on draft day. This was a disaster waiting to happen. So was Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, he's had a tremendous amount of work, one that you can't rebound from the next season. It's just very, very unlikely, statistically improbable for a person to carry the football 430 plus times, get 480 plus attempts or touches, and walk into the next season whole. Now, the caveat here, the advantage is that A, you're not buying them for that crazy draft day price that since plummeted. So you're buying. Let's switch over to Barkley real quick, and then we'll go back to Derrick Henry because we're talking about Barkley right now. The caveat here is that Barkley is with the tremendous workload, walking in and busting. Right now, he's being rested. The guy hasn't been used. I mean, he's not being abused and used, and the offensive line's not blocking. That's still a problem. But we walk into a game now without AJB. AJB's been ruled out. You can surely bet they're going to turn their attention to trying to ground and pound, as defenses are going to say, coming off of last week, we got to start shutting down the pass. This is going to be a Sirianni, game plan and blueprint. Let's switch it up. Let's run the hell out of Barkley. This will probably be the first big, huge game Barkley has. And even if he's inconsistent, I'm not suggesting that when Barkley, if he does explode and has 102 touchdowns, let's call it 110 and 2 scores, and has a big, big, big affair, I'm not suggesting he'll retain that value for the remainder of the season either. I just want to be very abundantly clear. I think it'll be inconsistent to what we're used to from last year as a comparative example. But will Barkley be better from here on out, from weeks number 8 on, than he was from weeks 1 through 7? I do believe yes. So if you can buy Barkley at seller dweller pricing that's way, way far away from his draft day value, we're talking not even second round trade value. If we're equating it to a draft right now, what's the harm? Even if I'm wrong, who cares? You're getting rid of a probably not even a 4th round player. You're probably getting rid of a propped up paper tiger 4th round value in somebody like I've been saying, QJ. You could have traded QJ for Barkley walking into week number 7. Now no one wants QJ. QJ got no targets. Played the whole game, no targets, no receptions, no yards, no touchdowns, and now no trade value. You could have traded QJ and another propped up paper tiger, 5th round fake Fugazi valued player that you could turn into Saquon Barkley. That ship has sailed as far as QJ goes. He is a Fugazi. A Fugazi. Now you've got Barkley, who looks like a disappointment. I mean, looks like his mom hasn't fed him a rack of meatloaf in months. Look at the disappointment on his face. His mom's embarrassed of him. He doesn't even get Campbell's soup anymore. His mom doesn't make him nothing. But I think this week, week number 8, we're going to see a change in Saquon in terms of value and perception. I think some of it will be propped up off a big game, expecting him to return to glory. Oh, Saquon's back. He's not going to be necessarily back, but he's bouncing back to a degree, and you're going to own him. And you're going to grab him at seller dweller pricing that even if we're wrong, we won't be wrong. Saquon Barkley is Smitty approved, and he wasn't on draft day, and he isn't at old value, and I don't think anybody made a mistake by not drafting him. You did exactly what I said to avoid him, but he is Smitty approved at today's newfound 4th round value. Take a gamble, take a risk. If you're not exploding and dominating your league with 6 wins, 5 wins at least, what are you doing? Try something. This is a good attempt. Go get Saquon Barkley.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Looking at Derrick Henry, going back to Derrick Henry, let's pull his mug back up and put him on screen. Derrick Henry is in a very similar situation, except for the fact that his team has been struggling where the Eagles haven't really been struggling. They've been struggling in compartments, and they get wins and they pull it off. This team's been struggling greatly, and they're going to want to shift over to a run-heavy situation coming off a Lamar Jackson hamstring injury, where Lamar Jackson's not going to be fully ready to take on an aggressive running workload. So guess what they're going to do? Run the hell out of this guy, who's looked good when they've given him the ball. They just haven't given him the ball. Saquon's looked okay when they've given him the ball, but they haven't looked good running the ball. At least Henry's looked good at times running the ball. He's fallen into the end zone. I truly believe that this is the best value in fantasy right now. One of my biggest avoids on draft day. Barkley, avoid. Henry, avoid. Both of them have worked out tremendously well. To have avoided Henry and to avoided Barkley, you escaped a season-losing move.
You've just been Smitty approved.
But we sit here now in a situation where you can now buy this man at mother freaking seller dweller pricing. You can trade a player like Kenneth Walker. Not saying I don't like Walker, but you could trade Kenneth Walker, maybe a small piece for Derrick Henry. You can trade Travis Hunter on a buy because you now have a plethora of options plus something small for Derrick Henry coming off the buy. Derrick Henry. You can trade because you were astute and you listened to this channel and you got Gadsden, and now you've got Gadsden and Bowers. Now you got Gadsden and McBride. Now you got Gadsden and another player, Kittle. You can now trade one of your players. Now you got Kittle and Gadsden. Trade Kittle. Trade Kittle away with a player for a mother freaking Derrick Henry. Trade Gadsden away because you have Kittle or a McBride. Trade Gadsden in a small piece for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's that cheap right now. If you were astute, if you were listening, if you were paying attention, if you were on your toes, not sleeping at the wheel, on the waiver wire, or acquisition time when you're scooping up this player left and right, you now have the assets to go get Derrick Henry without touching your RB1. Don't trade your RB1. Don't trade your wide receiver 1. Don't trade your QB 1. Don't trade your tight end 1. Maybe don't even trade your running back 2. You might be able to do all of this. Your running back 2 is maybe off limits for Derrick Henry. You might be trading your RB3, plus your wide receiver 3 to go get Derrick Henry and have yourself a new exciting running back 2. You might be able to trade a wide receiver 1-for-1 that looks like something along the lines of a, let's call it, Cortland Sutton, who we like. We're not ripping on Cortland Sutton, and maybe something small for Derrick Henry. Maybe you're trading MHJ, who we don't know who the hell MHJ is going to be, plus a player right here for Derrick Henry. Maybe you're trading DK Metcalf straight up for Derrick Henry. Maybe you're trading Jackson Dart because you have Dart and May. You have Dart and Mahomes. You were smart and you picked up Dart when he was doing his thing early on. Now a QB needy team has Derrick Henry. You trade Dart and let's call it Debo, or Dart and maybe a running back. Let's switch over to some RBs. Let me just take a gander. Maybe we're talking about a player like Kamara and Dart. Maybe we're talking about Kamara and a wide receiver along the lines of used to be QJ. Now nobody wants him. Should have traded him a while ago. Let's say a wide receiver along the lines of MHJ, of maybe Debo Tet. Even a Hunter. If you were to trade like Hunter, who I don't really want to trade Hunter much, but you could take Derrick Henry and a player. Or if it's somebody like even a Waddle, you could get Derrick Henry and a player. So trade this for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's so easy to get. It costs you nearly zero. At the end of the day, if he fails you, it's not even something that's going to take you down. It really is the most remarkable buying opportunity for a guy that still could produce running back one numbers, coming off a bye, where his quarterback has a hamstring injury. He's going to play Lamar, but they're going to want to nurse the hamstring. They're going to feed this man the rock, try and make it as easy as possible on Lamar as possible, and Henry's going to go out and have a monster day. What's Henry's rushing line? Don't I have Henry's higher here? I think it's right here. I think even though this is a big number, 83.5 against the Chicago Bears, I think Henry's going to bulldoze over 83. So I love this higher on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. If you want to try and tail this in one of your contests, just hit this link that's in the live chat. Underdog, play 5, get 100. Smash the link. Use code Smitty. Link inserts code Smitty for you. This link's in the description of every video. I'm going to pin said link in the live chat right now. And if you want to tail this higher on Derrick Henry, on top of all these other ones, I mean, damn, we called the Lad McConkey one pretty easily. This was one of the favorite hires of the week. We still have it on the screen here. 56.5. Lad had a hundy and a touch. Lad exploded over this number. So congrats on anyone that grabbed that early. If anybody had Lad on one of their contests and tailed the Lad part, put it in the chat so we know. Let us know what you're looking at. Derrick Henry, 83. Again, that's a big number. Normally don't do a lot of hires in the 80s and 90s. That's a monster number, but I just think he's going to pile drive over that. As is Bijan, who probably will be without Algier nipping at his heels at all. So Bijan's higher. I don't know what Bijan's higher is. Let's take a look at what Bijan's higher is. That is something I'm going to smash on Underdog. Again, play 5, get 100. Bijan Robinson, let's see what he is. Rushing, so hit that link that's pinned in the live chat. Rushing yards for Bijan is 90.5, but I think he probably hits that too. I think Bijan's going to rush for freaking 200 yards. All right, so Derrick Henry. So we've talked about Lamar Jackson as well. Lamar Jackson, even though he's nursing the hamstring, he's got the bye week out of the way. This is a player that you have concern about the injury, which you should be concerned enough to say, hey, I'm going to bake it into the value, right? Which you are. So you're buying him on injury risk and concern. 2, the team has played very badly, and the identity of the team is in question. 3, you just have a general disappointment factor where you haven't got what you want. You've been waiting on him. He's coming off a bye. Yes, you've waited for the bye. And while you might think somebody's not going to trade him, they endured the bye week. They waited for him. Why would they give him up now when they're the ones that waited? I'll tell you why. It's called sorry. I'm looking at my drink. My drink looked like it had something in it. I'm like, before I take a swig, what the hell is that? We had a cricket in here earlier, so just making sure he didn't climb into my drink. That would suck. I've drank something with a bug in it before, and it didn't settle well with me. I was just making sure. I didn't want a cricket in my vitamin water. That would add some more vitamins, though, probably some nutrition that I probably don't get enough of. So I don't know. Maybe it'd be all right. So some general disappointment factor of Lamar, where it's like he hasn't done anything. Oh, I know what I was saying. Coming off the bye week, it's like you're thinking this guy's not going to trade him. He endured the bye week, so you don't ask. That's a big mistake on your part to assume that just because someone sat through a bye week, they're not willing to throw a player away. I'll tell you what, like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And a big L, staring down a team, looking at another L this week. Maybe somebody played up against Ladd and Vidal and also Herbert, and they're down big time, and they're sitting there going, I'm losing anyway. You don't know the scenario. You don't know if they've got a quarterback like Drake May or Dart anyway. You got to take a gander and a look. But there's all those factors play into why someone might sell Lamar low. And Lamar might be the most costly of the trio to buy, to be honest, because he hasn't necessarily busted. He's just underperformed. The team's underperformed. But he's certainly somebody that you want to go attack in a trade. And then the final player that I want everyone to go buy low, another quarterback, is Josh Allen. Coming off a bye week. No one's saying he's cheap. He's probably the most expensive of the four. But he can carry you week in and week out. And this will be completely dependent on what other quarterback this individual has. If they've got a Drake May, if they've got a Jackson Dart, if they've got a 2 or 3 win record. If there's 6 wins and they've got a great team, they're probably not trading Josh Allen. If they've got 2 or 3 wins, they've got Jackson Dart. They want to make a move, and this is their big bargaining chip, whether they want to get rid of him or not. I see it every day. Josh Allen is not a player that people will shy away from trading. They're also a little bit concerned about whether he's going to be QB1 or QB2. In general, people are just a little bit strangely concerned that Josh Allen, who ranks Mahomes is QB1. Mahomes is QB1. Let's stop and let's relish on that for a minute. Take it in. Take it in.
He's not a top quarterback anymore. He's not the top guy anymore. He's just not going to be a good QB in fantasy anymore. He's Mahomes. He's Mahomes, Smitty. Didn't you hear? All of the pundits and fake fantasy analysts out there have said Mahomes sucks, Smitty. He sucks.
It's Chiefs season. Mahomes is scoring 45 plus touchdowns. Let them cook.
So Mahomes is number 1. This is fantasy football scoring. Give or take some different scoring formats, right? Number 1 is Mahomes. Number 2, is it really Herbert? Do you guys have Herbert as your... Oh, he played an extra game. That's why. Okay. That makes sense now. I'm like, why is he 2? I forgot that it already calculated those stats. I was thinking it didn't. Well, so we'll leave Herbert out of this. Herbert's probably in the top 7, 8, I would say. So Dak is number 2. Wow. Dak. I mean... Can we just say we smashed the QB calls this year at least? Can we at least acknowledge that the QB predictions on the channel have been pretty damn good?
How Dak attack. How Dak attack. Lamb. Pickens. Lamb. Pickens. Dak attack. Dak attack. Dak attack. Dak attack. Dak attack.
Get lammed.
So QBs, we've been pretty good. Drake May is number 3. May just keeps doing it. Again, I don't know where Herbert would rank. Probably around 6, 7, 8. I'm not going to put Herbert in the top 5 because he's got that game advantage. Hurts is number... I will say Hurts, I've been doubting way more than he's producing from a fantasy, but he really did this in the last couple weeks. But Hurts has been playing good ball. Stafford's number 6. Bo Nix number 7. So Stafford's 5. Stafford's 5. Bo Nix is number 6. And then Herbert's probably right around this territory if you take into account the amount of points he got this week amongst everyone else's. We got Baker and Jones. So Josh Allen's 10. Josh Allen is 10, 11, depending on your scoring. So number 10 or 11. So when someone says, Josh Allen, no one's trading him. No one's trading Josh Allen, Smitty. They're just not trading him. I beg to differ. Au contraire. Because he's number 10 right now. We're talking about being 7 weeks into football. Yes, bye week he has had, but people are expecting this man to still be lingering in the 3 or 4 territory coming off a bye. So honestly, I believe Josh Allen is still very, very attainable in a trade. I think you're going to have to get a little bit more creative going after Josh Allen than you would Lamar or Barkley or Henry. But from week number 8 on, with the bye week out of the way, I think if we were just to calculate weeks 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way to week 17, I think Josh Allen finishes top 2 to 3 bare minimum for quarterbacks scoring from this point moving on. Where does that finish him at the end of the year? 3, 4 probably anyway. But I do believe he'll be QB2 or QB3, I'd say at the very, very least. 1 to 3. We'll call him 1 to 3. Could be QB1 easily. QB1, QB2, or QB3 for weeks 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So buying this man right now almost, in my opinion, guarantees you a shot at winning every single one of your weeks individually. Alone. Like this guy standalone can carry you to a victory as long as you're supporting him with solid players around him at all. This guy can guarantee you a shot at winning any individual week. He's that good. He's that good. And there's a world where you're getting him at least 20, 30% off the price tag you should be. And there's a world where you're getting him sometimes 50% off. So these are my favorite go-get players walking in to the remaining part of the season. Let me put this on screen. Let me just line them all up in order so everybody can see. So we got probably my favorite being Josh Allen over Derrick Henry, but I do love Derrick Henry nearly as much. I just think the cost of entry on Derrick Henry is better because you're getting him at pretty much cellar dweller pricing. Then I would probably say Barkley is the cheapest player to go get of the lot of them. So we'll put Allen, Henry, Barkley, and then Lamar in order of my favorite value. Not that some of them are easier to get, like I said, than others. All right, we're going to open up the super chats, and then we're going to maybe open up the phone lines. I'm not sure if we'll draft or not. I'll let you know as the show goes along. But buy these players walking into week number 8. Do it live. Let me put buy on screen. Buy these 4 now. Get them now. Do it live. Text. Let's see here. This needs a background. And then we'll go with let's see if I can make this. Okay. All right, let's get to these super chats. That is on screen there. Buy now. Do it live. Get down. Get to the chopper. Get Josh Allen. That's a chopper sound. Get Josh Allen, Henry, Barkley, Lamar to the chopper. Do it live. All right. Boom. Take it forever. My screen is just lagging. All right, there we go. Buy these 4 now. Is that clear? I think it's clear. Anybody that comes in should know what time it is. Do it live. All right, super chat galore time. Doing it live. $20 haulers get immediate attention. Sir Bluntsworthy, appreciate you with the $20 super chat, young man.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Okay, according to this Sir Bluntsworthy, he's 3 and 4. Got Rice, Ibuka, Debo, Judkins, Hall. You're looking good. Scat, Bowers, love the team. Okay. Sent my Hall and Debo. Exactly what I was going to tell you to do for Dunze and Bucky. Love that. He countered for Scat and Debo. Scat and Debo for Bucky and Dunze. Chat, would you do this? I think I might. I love Scat. Debo, I'm indifferent on moving forward. I truly am. And I think that you could look at a Dunze being more valuable than Debo. I think, in fact, I know so. I would rather have a Dunze over Debo. Bye weeks out of the way, a Dunze's got top 10 wide receiver appeal. He does. He just needs a damn ball. Caleb doesn't know he exists some games. It's a Caleb problem, not an Adunze problem. Bajent's in there, this thing doesn't happen. Bajent's in there, and Adunze's consistent. But I think the idea of getting a Dunze who I think could rival, I think you could rival, Adunze could rival Scat. Rival him. I'd rather have Scat, but he could rival him. And then it comes down to discarding Debo for a few weeks for the opportunity of Bucky. I'm going to say give me the Bucky side. But Sir Bluntsworthy, it's a gamble either way you go. It's a gamble not going and getting Bucky at that price. It's also a gamble to get him at that price. Smitty, rank these three: Barkley, Judkins, Henry. I'm going to go Judkins, Henry, and Barkley in that order, and I want Judkins over the both of them by quite a bit. Husseini, appreciate your $10 hauler and that additional $5. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Boswell versus Green Bay. Let's go Lutz versus Dallas. Lots of scoring. Also starting Knicks, Sutton. Also starting Knicks versus Sutton. Or Knicks and Sutton, Broncos, Cowboys game. Projected tons of points. Yes, so I'm doing that. Favored, but Boswell better kicker. I agree. I'm going to go with the high scoring game. Tomlin loves his field goals. It's true. Trust your gut, though. If your gut's screaming, it sounds like it's screaming Boswell. You could also hedge a little bit with that, where it's kind of a safe hedge bet. But you're kind of you're putting all your chips into this Dallas game in the sense of trying to get that W, though, right? That's the same team where you're trying to win that one game. I don't know. Chat, would you rather have a kicker against Dallas or are you going with Boswell? Yeah, that's the real dilemma. Jay, appreciate your $20 hauler, good sir.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Okay. Full PPR, 12-man, 1 flex. I'm 2-5. QB Mahomes, running backs, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Etienne, Hendy, Brashard Smith, Rice, Diggs, Pittman, Hunter, Wandell, Bowers. Do I push to make trades or hold? I think this roster can turn it around. Yeah, I think, you're not moving Mahomes, you're not moving Gibbs, you're not moving Rice. Okay, and I love Bowers. So let's leave all those pieces there. I think if we do that, then you're doing exactly what you believe and I believe to be true, that this team can turn it around. But that doesn't mean you can't try and move Etienne or Chase Brown or Brashard Smith or Diggs or Pittman or Hunter or Wandell. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we're trying to move Chase Brown and Diggs, Chase Brown and Pittman, Chase Brown and Hunter for one bigger, stronger player. I do think Etienne's volatile, but if you get Tootin off waivers and hold that, you're pretty strong there. But trading Etienne or Chase Brown, preferably I'd rather trade, I believe, Chase Brown right now. Just right now. I love Chase Brown bouncing back, but I like Etienne bouncing back as well. But trading like Pittman or Diggs, preferably holding Hunter, but I'd use Hunter. The more you use, though, the more you can get back. So you got to understand, if you use Hunter, you wanted to ask for a bigger name. But Diggs or Pittman with Chase Brown could get you Adams, could get you a Dunze bye week free. I would be interested, if I'm you, of going and getting those bye week free pieces, bro. Like a Dunze, James Cook. Could you give up Chase Brown or Etienne, their choice for and Hunter for James Cook? Could you trade Chase Brown and Etienne for James Cook? Could you trade Chase Brown and one of those guys for Henry or Barkley? Chase Brown or Etienne and one of those guys for Henry and Barkley, or Chase Brown and Etienne for Henry, or Chase Brown and Etienne for Barkley? Maybe you get something back. That'd be easy peasy for me, bro. And it accomplishes exactly what you and I want, which is to keep the team pretty much intact as we believe in the bigger pieces. Dynasty Superflex 0.5 Dimes plus AJB plus Bucky for JSN. Woo! Superflex makes this tough. I'd probably say give me the JSN side, Boston. Chat, vote on this one super hard because of Superflex and Dynasty, and we still love Bucky and AJB. I just don't know what he has in store. It's JSN. At the end of the day, when you step back and look at the Dynasty aspect of it, it's JSN. Smitty, where do you think the Browns are going to, what are they going to do with Shedeur? They're going to start him at least the final 4 games is what we're hearing. So at least the final 4 games, maybe sooner. Shedeur will have his day to prove himself. I just hope he's set up properly. Judkins is in there. He's got all of his weapons, and but Shedeur should be grabbed right now in Superflex leagues. Start 1, Smitty, Swift, Marks, or Judkins. How is this a question, Rise Above? It's Judkins, my boy. I mean, anything can happen. Trust your gut, but Judkins by a mile. Like, that's not even that. He's in a different tier. 10-man PPR. Thank you for the question. 2 and 5. Nick, Sutton, CD, HN, Scattaboo, Fannin. Hampton, throw the towel in? No, we're not throwing the towel in. I mean, you still got weapons to move around if you needed to, but it's a pretty good team. I mean, Bowers comes back, and you've got HN and CD and Sutton and Scat Pack. You're doing fine. You're fine. Maybe you're moving an MHJ and Addison together for one. Adams or slightly better player. Maybe you're moving. I mean, you're waiting on Hampton to come back. Like, try and trade Hampton now. I really don't know that there's going to be much value in Hampton all year. I mean, Vidal is going to be. I would say trade Hampton and MHJ. Hampton, and honestly, you could trade. Who's your quarterback when JD5 is out? And could you lean on that QB? Who's your quarterback? I don't know if you've said here who your quarterback is. Knicks. Yeah. So trade JD5 and MHJ and Hampton for like one player. James Cook off the bye week. Trade James. Trade for not all those players, but go get these bye week players like Dunze, Henry. Bro, you get Henry for JD5 and MHJ, and you get like something else with it. Like, what are you talking about? Turn that team around. 2 and 5. I've seen people that are 0 and 6. One guy was 0 and 7 and won his championship. Like, get with the program, bro. Don't give up. Throw the towel in at 2 and 5. Booty or Bourne? Give me Booty. Give me Booty. Booty. 1 QB league, 10-man. Do I drop Dart for Mims at the flex? No. Have to play Hendy and Pitts in the flex. My QB is Knicks. I definitely don't drop Dart. Dart's got too much trade value. Mims is so inconsistent. You can't count on Mims anyway on any sort of level, bro. Dart for Mims? No. My Nico London. What is this question from Thomas? My Nico London if needed. And Jalen Warren for Rome and Barkley. I'm going to say no London on this one. I would do Nico injured, concussed. Actually, I don't know. Chat, would you rather have Nico or London? I'd rather have London, I think. I mean, Nico's kind of injury prone too. I don't know. Do I want Rome and Barkley? I do. I'd take that, Rome and Barkley. Would I do it for either one? Maybe. I just want to keep London, bro. Trade my Gadsden for JD5, have Bowers and Knicks. I would trade. I don't think you need that. I'd roll with Knicks, bro. Trade Gadsden for something else. You're wasting and squandering this ability to trade Gadsden right now. You're going after a quarterback, and Bo Nix is QB5. What's wrong? What are you doing here? I like the idea of doing it trade, but you got to go get something you can use, man. Someone in my league dropped Travis Hunter. I want to grab him, but who do I drop? I don't think you can drop anybody, bro. I'm not dropping Hendy. I mean, I guess you have to for Travis Hunter. Marks. I would drop Marks. I don't want to drop Marks, but I would drop Woody Marks for Travis Hunter in a vacuum. It makes me want to throw up to say drop Woody Marks. I'm not dropping Hendy. Drop Woody Marks. Keep an eye on him. This is a small league. No one's going to scoop him up because it's such a small league. But you got to be the first one to pounce on the Woody Marks train, bro. You got to be able to pick up the Woodmaster. If anything starts, brewing, if that wood starts getting cooked, if someone's making a fire, if someone's moving the wood around, you got to go and grab the Woodmaster before it becomes very blatantly obvious that the Woody is on the rise. Okay, so just stay on your toes, but you got to go get Travis Hunter and do it now. Don't wait. Do it now. When J85 gets off IR, I have to drop one, Monangai or Jordan Mason. I think we got to wait on that, Vlad. We don't know the answer to that. We got to see what Monangai does. Monangai doesn't do anything, and Swift, comes out kind of unscathed, then you got to drop Monangai. But we need to see what happens. I mean, Monangai's got a lot of value if he's put in the right spot. What are you going to cook against the 49ers? I kind of agree, Ninja. I don't know. Don't drop Woody yet. Hold on. I'm not dropping Hendy. I don't know, bro. You got to drop Woody, but you better watch him. I don't know. I hope Woody does good. I don't know if Woody's going to cook against the Niners because they don't have Nico. Who knows what's going to happen. I hope Woody cooks against the Niners. I don't know that he for sure will. I think he could, but I don't know that I'd lock it in. 12-man full PPR, need 2 flex and 1 wide receiver. Pick 3. Tet, Worthy, and Dowdle would be the safe play. Tet, Dowdle, Woody would be the high risk, high reward. Thank you, Handed, for the super chat. Cook over Allen. Cook over Allen. I mean, it depends on the situation, bro. You're talking about a quarterback. He's a 1 QB. He's a 2 QB. Like, all those things matter. There's no way to answer that question without all those details. Vidal might just be a rental this year. Yeah, sure. But he's also really good this year. And he's probably going to continue to do well all year. Yeah. Fade Allen? No, bro. Don't listen to this guy. Sorry, bro. Debo and Brees for Saquon got declined. Debo and Brees for Saquon got declined. That sucks. You got to be careful how you poke around too, because if you just go straight for that and you don't do any sort of prep offer, they might just be like on the fence on Saquon and you just gave them validity. They're like, well, I don't know if I believe in Saquon. And you're like, I'll take Saquon. And they're like, yes, somebody wants him. You almost got to offer something else, bro. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you can drive people away really quickly. Debo and Brees for Saquon got declined. That sucks. With no Nico, Woody might cook. He could, but they could also, Birdman, be so far behind he gets game scripted out. The good thing is he's one of the best pass-catching running backs really in the league already. People just don't know that. He needs to be used properly. I'm not saying he's going to produce like a top 5 receiving back, but he's prepped and ready to go. He's one of the best receiving backs in the class for sure. Caught 83 footballs as a running back in one single college season. He caught 83 balls as a running back. So Woody's a boss, bro. Just straight savage. Receiving savage. Savage.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Call into the bentonprint.com phone line for all your business printing needs. bentonprint.com, owners of the attic.shop. You know the attic. You trust the attic. Well, trust Benton Print for all your business printing needs, everyone. And do it live. Popeyes or KFC? Popeyes. Come on. Come on. 781, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty?
What's up?
So I'm kind of desperate at my RB2 spot. I was wondering, would you, this is a non-PPR question, by the way, would you trade Bill for Chase Brown in the non-PPR league?
Would you trade a $1 bill for a $20 bill?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you do that, yeah.
Look, Bill, what's Bill? What's Bill? We love Bill. No, I'm just saying, what is he? What's he doing? How's this team using him? They don't use him at all. They don't even care about him. They don't even know he exists. I love Bill, but I don't feel like they know he exists. I'm going to go ahead and take Chase Brown and take him immediately. But I'm not saying I'm not rooting for JCM. I'm not saying that that can't get turned around. But I just don't think they really believe that he's going to lead the way. They just don't give him the ball. Sometimes they wait until the third quarter. You got to take Chase Brown.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, but Chase Brown hasn't really been getting many carries at all. And I know they have Flacco now, and they are coming off that Steeler game. I mean, even in that game, though, he only had, 11 carries? So that's just why I asked. I mean,
well, let me ask you a question. Who had 100 yards the last time they played football, bro?
Well, that's why I was interested.
Well,
I know Bill's look pretty explosive.
He does. I like Bill, but they don't seem to want to give Bill now. I'm not saying to cut Bill. You're not hearing me say drop Bill. I'm just saying that if you get an opportunity to go get a player that we know is an electric, elite, top 10 running back when he's given the damn ball, but I just don't know. 13 carries. Now the Commanders gave Bill 17 totes the game prior, but then they went back down to 13. They played KC. I just don't see it, and the fact that they don't have JD5 going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, how are they going to run Bill? How is Bill going to get more than 10 carries in this next upcoming game? The answer is he can't.
Well, I feel like this week Chase Brown is a better bet. I just worry that when JD5 gets back, maybe a week from now, and he finally has McLaurin,
maybe,
and Samuel and Bill, all three.
I hope so. I hope Bill outscores Chase Brown. I really do. I'll be rooting for it all year. I'll be here to clap and standing ovation, but I'm just saying, this two things can be true. Bill can come back and be explosive, and we love it, and we're like, yes, see? we'll probably do that. But at the same time, doesn't mean we don't like Chase Brown more. We still think Chase Brown's going to do the same thing. If we're talking about cutting Bill, you're going to have me say, why would you cut him? Who are you picking up? Well, I thought I'd pick up Devin Neal. I'm going to tell you, no. Don't pick up Devin Neal for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. But when you're talking about Chase Brown was a top 15 overall pick. And he wasn't lucky to have that, being anointed that kind of player. He produced like that. He's that good. He really is. Anybody that tells you different, they don't know ball. He's that good. He's that good.
No, I was going to go with Chase Brown. I just wanted to confirm this with you. Just
all right, do it live.
Make sure I was on the right side of this.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Take care. Bye.
All right. I feel like he's continuing to argue about it, though. I mean, it's fine. Do it. Trust your gut, but it's like he's having a tough time accepting it. He's like, yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, well, but he just had 100-yard games. Yeah, but 100-yard games, anybody can get a 100-yard game. Okay, but Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt hasn't. But yeah, he could, though. I don't know. Do what you want. Do what you want. I like them both. I want them both to succeed. We'll be rooting for both of them to succeed. We'll be doing standing ovations for either one if they succeed. But one has just rushed for 100 yards and has a quarterback change to account for why he's doing better. And the other one, he lost his quarterback. The game script against the Chiefs is going to be awful. So logic would tell you that we need to go in the direction of Chase Brown. That is a great opportunity to go get Chase Brown for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. As much as we like JCM, as much as we love Bill, pick up Rashard Smith and drop RJ Harvey. No. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to tell people, you'll never probably have, unless you tell me you're going to pick up, I don't know, like Smitty, Adunze was cut. And the only cut I have is RJ Harvey. Then you'll probably hear me say it for the first time. Or you'll probably hear me say cut your kicker, work on a trade, pick him up. But I'm not cutting RJ Harvey. I'm not cutting Henderson. The same people cutting Harvey and Henderson are the same people that asked last week before week 7, should I cut Travis Hunter?
I mean, he's really not going to do anything, Smitty. I'm such an impatient Ian. It's time to cut Travis Hunter, right? You said he's such a bust. He's so bad. He's a piece of garbage. Should I cut Travis Hunter? Now where are those people? So, I mean, go get Brashard. No one's telling you not to go get Brashard. Make a trade. Do something. Open up a spot. Cut your kicker. Pick up Brashard Smith. And then work on a trade. Go get Brashard Smith. Mask Boy, whatever your name is, stop giving people advice in the chat because you're giving them up poor advice. You're telling people that, this and that. You're telling people, what was the last thing you just said? I mean, stop doing it. At least stop doing it in capital letters, please. As if there's some authority going on there with your advice. What did you just say to somebody? What was it? It was Smash Boy. Hold on. What was it? What was it? What's your name? Smash Boy? What is it? What did you say earlier? What did you say earlier that had me in a tizzy? What was it? And you're doing it all in capital letters. You're talking about Swift being officially out. You're Cook. Yeah, Josh Allen. Fade Josh Allen. Just stop doing it in capital letters. Thank you. Okay. I mean, have a day. Talk in the chat. I'm not saying that. It's just goodness gracious, bro. I don't want someone taking what you're saying, thinking there's some authority to it because it's in capital letters, and they go fade Josh Allen. Or they go bench Swift prematurely because you say Swift is out. All right, rock out. You're live.
Yeah, I need one wide receiver and 2 flexes. Can I give them my players?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Dobbs, Jennings, Marks, and Goddard, and Leggett.
Marks, Goddard. And how many you need?
1 wide receiver, 2 flex.
All right. I'm not on this Leggett thing yet. I'm just going to take them off. I'm going to say 1 wide receiver and one flex, or 1 wide receiver, 2 flexes.
1 wide receiver, 2 flex, and I also got Bourne as well.
Dobbs is your wide receiver, Marks, and Goddard. That would be my choice. Especially Goddard with A.J. Brown out. And then Marks, I think, is just a lot safer than Leggett or Jennings. Easy. Not saying I love the calls, but they're easy.
Yeah, see you. Appreciate it.
All right, anything else?
I'll call back if I need anything else.
Thanks, Rock Out. Appreciate you. All right. We got Thomas says, keep 1. Bill Harvey, Hendy, Marks, or Monangai. Keep 1? I don't know, bro. Keep 1? Keep 1 of those guys? You got to cut all these guys? I told you I'm not playing this game, Thomas. You're not going to get that out of my mouth. Who do I like the best? How about that? I like Hendy the best at all these guys. I still believe. I believe in his talent. I think anybody that says Hendy's trash or Hendy doesn't know how to play football or Hendy doesn't know how to pass protect, that person doesn't know ball. Is he struggling? A little bit. He's actually been efficient and struggling. He's done both. Drop 1. Probably Monangai right now, just because he's not in any sort of, dominating situation yet. If, let's say, Swift were to get ruled out, and Swift is questionable, but the thinking is behind DeAndre Swift is that he's very much in the same boat he was last week, where he's just resting right now. He's just trying to get to a point where he can get into the lineup and rest as much as possible. Like last week, last report on him was Swift didn't do much in limited practices the week prior, listed as questionable, ended up playing just like last week. It seems like he's on the same collision course. But I do like Monangai. You need to keep an eye on him for sure.
But, yeah. Rags, pick up Rashard Smith. Anyway, figure out a way. Make a trade. Pick him up, drop your kicker. Do what you got to do, and then make a trade. This one here from Zay. Zay, thank you, pal, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Zay says 14-man league, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. 2 running backs. I guess you're going to start, JCM and Mason. Well, I assume you started Mason. What are you asking me to do? Because you've already need help with the lineup. You've already started Mason, right? Woody, what are you doing? Your team's all over the place. You're listing running backs and wide receivers all together. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Zay, Nico, Marks. You got Warren, Woody, Marks, Nico, Trey Henderson. This is all just a big mixed grab bag blender. I don't even know if you started Mason. If you didn't start Mason, then I suppose you're starting JCM and Marks. I guess there's going to be your 2 running backs. Your 2 wide receivers are going to be CD and Book. And then your 1 flex play is going to be Nico's out. So you're going to have to roll with probably Tyler Warren's your tight end, right? If Tyler Warren is not your you haven't made it very clear here. If Tyler Warren's your starting tight end, then my next flex would probably be, I guess, Henderson, bro. But it's a tough call right here. If, let's say, Tyler Warren can be that flex, then he's going to be that flex. If you have already started Mason, then the only running back I would play alongside of him would be probably, I guess Woody Marks over JCM if I had to pick that. But that's the most sense I can make of that. Hopefully all that helped you. I tried to go in every direction I could to account for whether you played Mason, whether you didn't. Let's see here. Trade away Henry and Bill for Jacobs. Yes, you probably need to do that trade.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Oh, who's going to get injured this week? Should that be what we try and predict? Are there any hires on that? How many of the top 40 that are remaining? How many of the 30, maybe 27 players left from the top 48 that aren't injured or busted? How many will get injured this weekend? Maybe 7? It's been an insane, crazy year. Unbelievably unpredictable and devastating year. But don't let it get you down. This is part of why we do what we do. You can't let it depress you or take over. You just got to figure it out. That's why we do what we do. And we'll figure out what's next. And the Gadsden thing is the perfect thing. No, don't actually predict the injuries. I was just joking. So, Santos, I'm going to put you in timeout for talking bad about Bijan. Santos, that's a wrong answer. We'll put you in let's put you in a 5-minute. Don't do that again. Okay. Rockout's got one more. Go ahead, Rockout. You're live. What else you got?
All right, I need to drop 1 player. And my players I could drop, Leggett, Coker, Ray Davis, or Burden.
Coker, Ray Davis, Burden, and Leggett. Probably.
I'm leaning Coker.
Yeah, until he proves it, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I like Coker, but he's got to prove it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to trust him.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Rockout. Call back if you got another one.
Yep.
Later. Let's see if we can get into an Underdog draft real quick. Underdog promo code Smitty. Play 5, get 100, ladies and gentlemen, on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Do it live. Let me just get in here, and we'll jump straight into a draft. Let's see here. Play 5, get 100. Here's the link. Let me drop the link in the live chat for you all to click on. Here is the link. I'll pin the link in the live chat. I think I may have already done that, but if you play 5, get 100. Yeah, I do have it pinned already. There's the fresh link. Let's get in here. Let me log in. Okay. Pull up Underdog. How do you pull it up? You click that link. Again, insert promo code Smitty if you download it manually. You're going to click on the Originals tab, and then we're going to go into, man, is there another? Let's just do a Battle Royale week number 9. I would do some of the other longer ones, but let's just do a couple of these. Click the green button, jump in, and we'll do it live. All right. Husseini with the $10 hauler. Thank you, Husseini, for the super chat. Husseini says, offered Henry owner JD5 Camara for Caleb and Henry. He said no. Who else do I offer? So is Henry off the table? Is that what you're trying to say? If so, have you tried Barkley? I still try Barkley. Kind of similar deals. James Cook. Love James Cook. Or did I say week 9? I meant week 8. Sorry. I was looking at the college football, and I must have just read the college football one. But join the Underdog Battle Royale week 8. Sorry. 347. Mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. So try for Barkley. Try for James Cook. Do you have Tootin? I don't think you do. I like the idea. If anybody has Tootin, I like the idea of getting ETN on the cheap, but really on the cheap. If you don't get ETN without Tootin, though, it becomes hard. I don't know if he's on waivers. Henry, Cook, Barkley, Kyron. What about Kyron? What about trading JD5 and Camara for Kyron or Achan? You've got Genty already, right? Genty, yeah. Try that, Husseini. Can you try that for me? That should be able to be a little bit more probably attainable too. Start 2, Sutton, Bourne, or Booty. I'm probably going to put Bourne on the bench right now. I'm not sitting Sutton, that's for sure. And then Jordan, appreciate you with the super chat. Traded for Ladd, and now my 3 starting wide receivers are Rice, Buka, and Ladd. Thanks to you, kind sir. You're the man. Thank you, Jordan. I'd be interested in what you traded, though, before I sign off on that. Fady. Again, don't listen to Mask Boy. He keeps giving you this advice out there. Stop. Everything I say, stop. You keep saying fade it. We're gonna fade your time here into the timeout. Fade you into timeout for a while. Achan will tail off after the bye. Everything I say, you just say fade this. You're gonna go on timeout. Mask Boy, stop it. Everything I say, he's give me 10-minute timeout for you. It's just not the everything Smitty says. We're just going to, in the chat in capital letters, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Fade Achan. Nice job, Jordan. Appreciate you. Jeez, man. Everything I say, don't listen to him. He said fade Achan. I let you like Josh Allen right now. Fade Josh Allen. Don't do it. Don't listen to what he's saying. Guys, gather around. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. Traded CMC for Barkley and Ladd. Look, I'm going to say, you're not going to like me after saying this, but you should have got a lot more for Christian McCaffrey, Jordan. A lot more. Barkley's very suspect. He's didn't you hear the beginning of my show where I said buy low on Barkley? He's cellar dweller. You just bought Barkley as a first-round player. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, I appreciate you, and I hope you know that. But you just bought Barkley as a first-round player. What I just said is buy him as a third or fourth-round value. And Lab McConkey's value certainly went up. But you definitely should have got like 3 times that value. I wish you would have checked with me before you did that. But I'm sure your team's still good. I'm sure you're still gonna do awesome. But all right, let's go with Josh Allen here. Let me see if I can swing over. Thank you, Jordan, for the super chat. And hold on one second. Whoever's on hold, I'll be right with you. Santos, Franklin, Algier, Burchard Smith, Burden, or Andrews. Burchard Smith. And then Husseini says Henry owner won't sell low and Barkley owner wants Judkins. Yeah, don't do that. So I offered him my Judkins for his Barkley in London. He said no. I would have done that too. But try. Can you get ETN and Tootin maybe for a real cheap amount? Don't give Judkins up or anything like that. All right, let me swing on over to this right here. And let me pull it up. This, let me get rid of this screen here. There we go. All right, caller, I'm sorry about the wait. What can I do for you? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Smitty. It's James from the warehouse. How you doing?
James from the warehouse. What's up, James? It's awfully quiet out here.
Yeah, I'm off tonight.
Oh.
I had a question. Do you have time for do a little market board session?
Not really, but you can tell me what you have, and I will try and do what I can through memory.
That works for me. So basically, a little bit of context. I had Roma Dunze, Chris Olave, and Ricky Pearsall. I traded them 3 for Travis Hunter. First of all, what do you think of that trade? Do you think I overpaid for Travis Hunter? Now, let me give you a little context. Is this an IDP league?
Say it again. Say it again. What was the trade?
Roma Dunze, Chris Olave, and Ricky Pearsall for Travis Hunter.
Not too worried about Ricky. So a Dunze.
It is an IDP league, so Travis Hunter, he is sliding into my DB spot.
Yeah.
Like
I'm sorry. It was a Dunze and who?
Olave.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot, but yeah, the IDP part, it's IDP. That's a big difference maker. Can I ask you what Travis Hunter ranks right now in IDP?
IDP for a DB, he's probably maybe about 50 or 60 points above the top defensive back in the league.
What is he
I'm getting his wide receiver points in that DB spot.
What is he overall on the entire scoring of your entire league?
For the entire league, I think after last week, he jumped up to maybe like 20 for...
What if you take quarterbacks out?
That drops him down. Probably about 50 or 60.
No, take quarterbacks out. He should go up tremendously. What is he ranking overall in the entire league, all positions, but take quarterbacks out? He should climb dramatically.
Let's see here.
Quarterbacks, not cornerbacks. Quarterbacks.
Because
you said he was 20.
Jumped up to 12.
Okay. So in your scoring, and he hasn't even done what he's supposed to do yet, bro. He hasn't scored.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's
so,
my thing. Like,
yeah,
I'm
did
kind of afraid because I have absolutely no bench. My starting lineup, because this is a 3-year dynasty, I'm rocking Bo Nix. We got Bijan. I got St. Brown, Buka, Gibbs, and Achan. So I'm rocking that. My thing is I have no bench. I'm kind of a little bit hesitant and scared of Achan's situation with Miami. So I'm wondering if maybe for depth, I could maybe try to sell him for a good 2 pieces to add a little bit back to my bench.
It just depends on what it is. I don't love the idea of selling Achan, but you can do it if you do it right. You do it properly, but it better be proper. So it just depends on the scenario. I'm not
Like
saying
the
don't.
Judkins owner, I've been looking at his team.
Yeah.
And Judkins owner has Judkins, and
Yeah.
I think he has McLaurin and
Mhm.
DK.
Maybe DK and Judkins for Achane. I'm fine with that if this is such a deep league. DK's got way more value for you than the average person listening. But Judkins is certainly close enough to Achane that you get an extra piece, and that extra piece helps you tremendously. And if you believe in DK, fine. I mean, DK's kind of hit and miss, but definitely very, very solid. I would like a little bit better. Like a Dunze bye week free would be perfect for me, but that's just kind of, you can't. Yeah.
That's literally how I got Hunter. I used that argument to get him to bite on the Doomsday with it being bite week 3.
All right.
That's a very good thing.
All right, man. Well, I don't necessarily disapprove the DK one, but I don't love it either. But I definitely am okay with it, I suppose.
All right. I really appreciate your time, Smitty. I watch your show religiously. You're the best.
All right. Thanks, pal.
All right.
Later. All right. We'll go Ferguson here. I think that was the only phone caller there. Guy dropped Gadsden. My running backs are Judkins, Rico, Hampton, Vidal, Mason, JCM. Want to drop one for Gadsden. Also a Fergie. Well, that gives you a good trade opportunity. The only player you can drop here is probably, I don't know if you could drop Mason since he played, though. I don't know. I mean, chat, would you rather keep JCM or Mason? Let's let the chat vote on that. JCM or Mason? Hopefully you can still, if the chat says Mason, hopefully you can still drop him, even though he's played. But all right, I'm up real quickly. Ted McMillan, I think, could have a pretty up and down day because he doesn't have a. Man, this is tough. I guess Michael Pittman. So Pittman, Ferguson, and Dunze. All right. Everyone's saying drop JCM. Majority of people are saying drop JCM, bro. 917, you're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Smitty.
Let's get in another one. Get in another one right now, guys. Click it. Green button in 5 seconds. What'd you say, bro?
So how you doing, Smitty? It's Sonny from New York.
What's up, Sonny? What can I do for you?
All right, 2 things real quick. Let me get out your head. One, I traded Achane. I didn't want to, but the dude was offering me Derrick Henry and Mbuka, so I had traded him.
You got Henry. Okay, so Henry and Buka for Achane. Yeah, I mean, how do you not take that?
I had to. And my second thing, I also wanted to acquire Brock Bowers, but I used Ferguson to do it. So I did Ferguson and I think DJ Moore for Brock Bowers. What do you think about that?
I like it. I know Ferg's been going crazy, but CD's back. I know that he'll still do well, but I'd take Bowers over Ferguson in a heartbeat. I don't care that what somebody's done already doesn't matter if I don't believe it will fully continue. And what he hasn't done doesn't matter if I fully believe he will rise up. So give me Bowers all day long. It's one of the better moves in fantasy. That'll probably be tomorrow's video, more, beating a dead horse on Brock Bowers, and then all week long. The reason I'll beat a dead horse on it tomorrow is because the bye week's here and people are going to not want him for that additional bye week. It's just a little advantage of a buying point. But yes, Bowers all day, bro.
All right. Thank you, Smitty. You the GOAT.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, let's see here. Underdog promo code Smitty, ladies and gentlemen. Do it live. Let me just see. Battle Royale Week 8. One more to join. We've filled up all spots but one, so get into the draft on Underdog. We need one more person. Here's the link on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Click the link. It's pinned in the live chat. It's in the description of the video. Code Smitty essentially does the same thing, but this link will insert code Smitty for you. Smash that link and get into this draft while it fills up here. Did we get our sixth person or not? I don't know. Here it is. Draft begins in less than a minute. 352, you're live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, Smitty? Coming from Orlando.
What's up, my man?
Would you trade Nico and Kamara for Kyron and Addison or Hunter?
Nico and Kamara. Can you turn down the background noise? I think there's some sort of background noise.
Yeah,
or
Nico
echo.
and Kamara for Kyron and Addison.
Kyron and Addison. Chat, can you vote on this one? Nico and Kamara for Kyron and Addison.
I got Genty too, so like,
Yeah, man, I'd probably say give me Kyron and Addison. I think Kyron can hang with Nico. The bye week is it sucks, but at the same time, Nico's out again. He had a bye and he's out, so it's like the same kind of time you'll be without him.
Do you like Hunter over Addison or?
Chat, would we rather have Hunter or Addison? Kind of feel like
because McCarthy coming back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the situation's going to look with McCarthy coming back and.
Yeah, I think Hunter's going to be pretty good. He's got some risk to him, but the risk comes with upside. Hunter, guys, do we swap this out? I think Kyron Hunter is pretty nice, man. I think I'd take that gamble.
If I do the Kyron Hunter, then the trade would go through, and I would lose on Kamara, so I would have to find like a backup plan to put in for Kamara. So
Well, what do you mean though? Because aren't you able to use Kyron?
No, Kyron's on buy right now.
Oh, this week, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Kyron's on buy. So
yeah,
if I did,
you're right.
I did Kyron and Addison, then I get to keep Kamara. And
I thought, no, I know bye week, yeah.
And
can you
on buy as
can
well.
you have them send that trade offer and then hit the button like right as the games kick off? The other thing I would say is like Kamara's not that. Like, what other options do you have? Because it's not that big of a... Like, we don't know if Kamara's going to even do anything this week. It might get you 4 or 5 points. I'm not saying he's a bad play, but...
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a big... Kamara usually has those 40-point games, like, every year.
He used to. It's not the same guy. It's not the same team. It's not even...
You don't think so?
No. No, it's one of the worst teams in the league. I would probably say... Just do the trade. Like, who are you putting in place of Kamara?
Just gotta pick somebody up on the waiver, probably.
But like who would it be? Give me a name. Like the name would be.
Right now,
and not to mention, like you're right. Maybe you miss out on, let's say, 15 points. But what's it do for the rest of your season? Are you sitting here going, "Why didn't I do this trade?"
Because I'm 3 and 4. So, Justice Hill. Got Sean Tucker, McNichols, Jerome Ford, Devin Neal. Those are like my options, pretty much. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not that much. I don't have anybody else on the bench really. I got Genty on bye. I got Monty on bye.
What about Brashard Smith?
No, he got picked up.
What about? I'm trying to think. What about like Justice Hill? I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody.
Yeah, Justice Hill's there, but I mean.
But again, you're sacrificing now to have a better duo. You know.
Think? I mean, is it smart though? Is it a smart idea to probably make that type of move?
Well, I mean, you called up liking it, somewhat enough to call on it. So. Yeah,
I'm like 50-50 on it because I don't know, like Nico Collins. I mean, he's pretty, like.
Is he? What's he been doing lately? Not enough to earn number 8 overall draft ADP.
No, you're right. Yeah, he's probably like back end second, maybe.
I mean, how's Stroud looking these days? Pretty bad.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. You don't think he'll turn it around second half of the season? Yeah.
I mean, do I look like I like it? I don't know. I talk down about Stroud all the time. Stroud playing like trash.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trust your gut. You sound very apprehensive because everything I say is, you really think so? Like, so just maybe don't do it. If you really, the last thing I want you to do is something you don't believe in, and then you hate me and the channel because, and you're gonna say, no, I wouldn't do that, but yeah, you will. You will. So you need to make sure you're comfortable with this. If you like Kamara, then trust Kamara. I think Kamara's could fall apart at any moment, just like Mixon did. Final season, it was great, and then I think it very much could see the same thing happening with Kamara. He's so at the end of his career that he said if they trade him, he's going to retire. Like that's how close he is to done. Nico is a walking injury with a bad quarterback situation that, some players have it off worse. I get that, but I don't know, bro. If this is me, I'm taking Kyron and the chance of Hunter. I just think it's a great opportunity. And
Travis,
you might
Hunter instead of Addison, or
what have I? Of course, you're not listening to me, man. You're not. You're asking. You're double asking the questions. You're double asking. You're like me when I go to Miss Smitty and I ask her if the cheese is good in the fridge, and she says check their expiration date. I check it. I read it off, and she goes, "There you go." And I still ask her the question. I still ask her the question.
That was a good one. The Costco pizza call.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that.
Thanks, pal. All right, hey, gotta run. Appreciate you. Later, bro. Do trust your gut. Trust your gut.
You got
it. he just doesn't want to hear it. He just doesn't want to hear it. Rice, Ingram for Ibuka, Kittle. Guys, can we please vote on this one? Rice and Ingram or Ibuka, Kittle. The thing, I think people are going to say Kittle is so much better than an Ingram, but the thing we got to remember is that Shanahan has shut down Kittle for seasons at a time when their offensive line's banged up. You saw how good they ran the ball because Kittle played offensive line. He went to blocking school and tight end school, and so he becomes an offensive lineman. I'm not saying that that Kittle can't have a good season, but there's a really good chance that Kittle is not going to be that good down the stretch if they decide to have him completely block all the time. The chat is completely torn on this one, Austin. I wish it was easy, Austin. This is one of the most difficult questions you could ask. I don't think I don't know. I'd probably say, jeez, man. I'd probably say Buka Kittle. Just on the chance that Kittle, my thing was just more of caution. I'm not saying Kittle will be used as a blocker. I'm just saying if he is used as a full-time blocker, it's not like he's going to pop off, and have this monster game here or there. I do think that they will use Kittle as a tight end from here. You know what I'd probably do though is trade Kittle. I'd rather have the Buka Kittle side, and then I would trade Kittle. Yeah, that's what I'd do. Trade Kittle. Do it live. All right. Yeah, Ibuka Rice, but then I trade Kittle. If you could trade Kittle for something massive, then it's gonna be a much bigger, better trade or side of the trade. Love Rushy Rice though. Look, it's an impossible question. Buka and Rice are just absolute monsters. Rice, let's see here. Yeah. Part of me wants to say Rice so bad, though. They're both my boys. I don't know. Murph says Rice is your dude. Bro, Buka's my dude, too. What are you talking about? Buka and Rice, Murph, are about the same to me. They're both chill. You're asking me to choose children, Murph. Relax. Relax, Murph. Murph, Baker's not hurting you. One game. Baker's been cooking all year. MVP candidate. What are you talking about? He's hurting. It's one game, Murph. Relax, Murph. Jeez. All right, guys. Code Smitty, Underdog, promo code Smitty. I'm out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Play 5, get 100 on Underdog. Don't forget to join the Patreon. This is the link to the live chat Patreon. Do it live. Smash the link. Here's the link. See you over on Patreon right now. Matt says, don't go yet, Smitty. I got a super chat for you. Well, I can't leave yet. You guys want me to stay a little longer? I guess you drop a super chat or two, and I can't leave, right? Matt says, message is in the chat. Matt, you got to include it in the message, my boy. It would not let me send a message here. You just did. What do you mean it wouldn't let you send them? It means you're trying to type too long, which is the design of the super chat. Nothing like getting caught saying I can't send a message while your super chat has a message. Come on, Matt. All right, hold on. Let me go searching for your message, Matt. Where is it? Chat, Goddard. Is this it, Goddard or Fannin this week? Is that it, Matt? I think that was it. Is this it? I don't know if that's it. I think that was it. That's the only other one I can find. So, Matt, is that it? Message is Goddard or Fannin. I think this week you got to go Goddard because, look, AJB's out. That means granny passes. Here you go, Goddard. Underhand granny passes to Goddard all game long. Do it live, bro. Smash. The Jamar Chase question. Matt, what do I look like? Where the hell is the other question? Matt, I don't see it. I think you started to type it and it didn't go through. So re-ask it and a look. Damn it, man. Taking forever on this one. Smitty, I'm going to super chat to tell you that I want to super chat. My message isn't out there, but if I was to ask it, what do you think you'd say? Matt, I don't see it. I think whatever you were typing didn't go through regardless. Matt is having, let's see, Matt, let's go. Jamar Chase question. What is it? What is it? I'm anxious to hear, Matt. I'm anxious to hear what this question is going to be. Might be easier if you just call, Matt. Can you all see it? Matt, ask it again. Goodness gracious, Matt. Hey, what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know. What do you want to eat tonight? This is what Matt's wife's got to deal with. It's usually the other way around. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? The biggest trick is, hey, you say to your significant other, like, hey, we're going to eat at that place you really want to eat at tonight. Can you guess what it is? And then they'll go, oh, you mean the Chinese food place? That's it. That's where we're going for dinner tonight. Boom. Done. Matt, post the damn question again, please. All right, here it is. Thank you, Matty Boy. Matty Boy says the following. Chase Brown, Kamara, and Igbuka for Jamar Chase. Chase Brown, Kamara, Igbuka for Jamar Chase. Yeah, you spammed it. It probably got blocked. Chase Brown and Kamara and Igbuka for Jamar Chase. Leaves me with Gibbs, Judkins, JSN, and Rice. Chat, do we like this? I mean, he's going to have Gibbs, Judkins, Chase, Rice, and JSN if he makes his trade. I think, I will say this, like having Buka here doesn't make it that much lesser at all, if any. I mean, I probably would rather have Jamar Chase, but so does the depth help you? It does. I guess the only thing I would say is what if you could keep Buka and trade? You might have tried, but maybe you'd be successful if you kept trying. But could you trade Chase Brown and Kamara for like Adams or somebody to throw in next to Buka instead of Jamar Chase? But I don't know. You're in such a surplus mode. Yeah, and you're in such a surplus mode. In a vacuum, I'm fine with you doing this. But I will say, if you could keep Buka and move Chase Brown and Kamara for one player, like Derrick Henry, for example. I don't know who your quarterback is. What if you had like a mediocre quarterback, what if you could get Josh Allen for both those players? What if you could get Lamar Jackson for both those players? Then you have Lamar, Buka. Or if you're good at quarterback, that's why you didn't even mention the quarterback. What if, if you have another flex spot or running back spot or whatever, you had Henry. Now, if this is all you're starting, 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs, and that's your lineup, I'm okay with this surplus move. I don't know. Matt, that's where I stand on it. I like it. I just don't love it. Because there's other options that might be more attainable. I don't know. All right, everybody, appreciate you. Thank you, Matt, for the super chat. Thank you all for dropping all of the questions and supers all night long. Thank you to my $20 haulers, my Sir Bluntsworthy, Jay. Appreciate both of you. Husseini's been dropping wads all week long. Rise Above, thank you, pal. Adam, thank you. MCA, thank you. HCAL, appreciate you. Maximum, appreciate you. Jay, again, thank you. Heck, appreciate you. The Plug, appreciate you. Thomas, Sunbeams, thank you. Vlad, appreciate you. No Cap, appreciate you. Recon, Thomas, Zay, Heck, Husseini, appreciate you. Jordan, thank you. Jordan, you still here? I feel really bad on Jordan's trade because Jordan first started off with saying thank you for the advice on Lad, and then I didn't like his trade, and I feel awful. Jordan, is there anything I can help you with before I leave? I always feel bad about that. Like someone does a trade, I don't like it. They're super chatting to tell me thank you, and I dig into the trade. I get nosy. I'm like, what was the trade? And then I don't like it. It's like I feel awful. Where are you at? Jordan, you here? Jordan probably left. Should screw this guy. Tells me to go get Lad, and I do it. But then I do a trade he doesn't like. Where's Jordan? Really, Matt says, really, I thought that would be good for Chase. Everyone's saying do it, Matt. I mean, are you not listening to what the advice is? The advice is do it. But, is there a world where you could get more? Could you get something back? You should be able to get something back. Maybe that's all you need to do. What if he's got Hendy or Harvey's? Like, here, take him. Look at Hunter. Travis Hunter was free. And now he's a low-end wide receiver 1 to some people. Hunter, Hendy, Harvey, like a Woody Marks, something like that. Never Ender, you've been live 87 minutes, no YouTube notification. Well, partly your fault because, bro, I literally have like 3 ways to be notified when I go live. I go live at midnight Eastern every single night, so there's your memory. Your memory should serve you well, bro, because if it's midnight Eastern, I'm live. Okay, so there's that. The never ending. You got to make sure you're on my Instagram. On my profile, you'll see those little circle images. They're called what are they called? I forget what they're called. The little circle things. If you click on the one that says channels, you can, for free, subscribe to that Instagram channel where I post a link whenever I go live. So you get an alert on Instagram. Oh, he's live. And then you just click it and you're in. Or just go to YouTube when you get that alert. And then also on the Patreon, every time I go live, I post the link and say, I'm going live, guys. And that's $10 a month. Cancel anytime. So you have literally 3-4 ways. One is just the memory of I'm live at 8 p.m. I'm live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. I'm live at 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then I'm live whenever big news breaks. Like, those are pretty easy. But if you want to be notified every single time, get on the Patreon right there. There's the link. Do it live, my boy. Do it live. Where's my guy, Jordan? And I think Jordan left. Poor Jordan. Feels so bad. Jordan! Half PPR super. Josh Allen, Rice, Igbuka, Judkins, Vidal, Tyler Warren, Dalton. Mac, Stack. Bench, Harvey, Etienne, Richard. All right, half PPR super flex. So what are we doing here, Al? There's no real question here, so I assume you want me to just tell you what I would do. Love the wide receivers running, but like the team a lot. I mean, honestly, there's not much you really can do. Not even much I really want you upgrading, unless you're going to take like T-Mac. And, I mean, I like Etienne a lot. I want Tootin on this roster. If you have Tootin, then I don't mind keeping Etienne. But T-Mac and Etienne for a Henry or a James Cook or a wide receiver upgrade somehow over T-Mac. T-Mac and Etienne for... So, yeah, James Cook for... You got Judkins already. H.N. Kyron. Bucky's interesting. Using T-Mac and Etienne, or Etienne straight up for Bucky, because Etienne's playing and Bucky's not. You might be able to do that straight up. Might not even want to do that. I mean, supposedly. Some people like it, some people don't. Nico Collins injured for that combo of Etienne, T-Mac. London off the bad game. He's got the bye out of the way. Adunze for Etienne straight up. Adunze and somebody for your T-Mac and Etienne. Igbuka straight up for T-Mac and Etienne. Stuff like that, my man. All right. Now we're out of here. See you all on Patreon. Appreciate you. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. Live whenever big news breaks, and live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. Dose. Thank you, moderators.